Hey, yo, we locked in. It's due season. It's your boy Carl Anthony. Today, coming to you with a video. Um, I wanted to talk about Virgil Abloh. Um, Rest in peace to Virgil. He's from Rockford, Illinois, which is a suburb a little bit outside of Chicago. I had actually my cousin Keith had a home in Rockford, and every Thanksgiving we would go up there to his house and have Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm familiar with Rockford. Also, when I was in college, we used to go to the skating rink. I went to Northern Illinois University first. I didn't graduate from there. I graduated from Columbia, but yeah, I do have a college degree. But um, I we used to have skate parties, you know, at at a place in Rockford, and Rockford is an interesting place. It's half well-to-do and half poor, you know. Um, so the skating parties used to be interesting. They were kind of more of the not so well-to-do um, areas. Also, who's from Rockford? Oh, Van Fleet from Toronto. He's from Rockford, the not so good area. Um, anyway, Virgil was from there. Grew up in a two-parent household. Me and him are the exact same age. He's 41. I'm 41. Never said my age on here, but I don't care right now. And born in the same year. We're like a month apart, maybe or almost 2 months apart in age. But both bald headed, you know. Both about the same height. I think he's about 6'2". I'm 6'2". Um, he's been living with cancer for the last 2 years, and nobody knew. Um, of course, when I say nobody, I mean the general public. I'm sure some of his closest people knew. But if you look at what he's done over the last some odd years, um, it's like his work. He became more and more engulfed in his work and his output. From the Nike collaborations, the Off-White Nike collaborations, his partnership with Louis Vuitton, being the head of Menswear. Um, he also did something real smart this year. He sold 60% of Off-White to Louis Vuitton. Okay. In my mind now knowing that, he was securing the bag for the future of his family. And um, the cancer that he has was supposed to be kind of terminal only within months, but he ended up lasting 2 years from the diagnosis. And you know, some of these new deaths that just happened between him, Young Dolph. Um, I'm talking about people that's kind of generally around my age bracket. Young Dolph was 36, Virgil's 41, Kobe passed at 40. Well, he was 41 when he passed, I believe, or 42. Um, Mortality, life. I look at my life and I'm like, man, what am I leaving behind if I was to leave now? I was going over some of Virgil's photos and things and thinking about his collaborations once again. LeBron James posted a picture of a pair of Off-White Air Force Ones that Virgil sent to him. And he wrote on the sole, Virgil was here. And I found that to be very, very telling. I could be reaching, but everything he did was so outstanding as far as, when I say outstanding, I'm talking about as far as like you knew his stamp on whatever product he was doing. You didn't. It's nothing that can be confused with anyone else. In fact, if you do anything that's similar to his, people would think it's him. That's how much his stamp of his design and the things that he did was imprinted for you to know that he did it. And so I thought about that, and I was like, he put Virgil was here. Okay. And he did this at a point when he knew that he was dying from cancer. I feel like all of his design work and his recent arts and his different collaborations have all been strategically put together to make sure that his legacy lives on beyond his years. For you to know when you see something Virgil did, for you to know that Virgil was here. So what kind of life are you living that you want to leave a mark? That you want to leave your stamp, your footprint in the ground. Some of us are just living day by day with no purpose, with no greater goal other than just existing, other than just, carrying out the day-to-day duties, and maybe that's okay. I'm not saying that you have to be somebody that's remembered. But if your memory can affect the world in a good way, why wouldn't you want to leave it? Why wouldn't you want to leave behind your story, the branding of you, in a way where it can affect someone in a positive way? And I'm thinking about Chadwick Boseman, also another guy who passed around those same age brackets, and how he quietly worked until he died, and he knew he was dying. He made one of the most iconic films of all time with Black Panther, and a story that kids, we look at Wakanda as a real place now in the Black community, whether you feel like that's good or bad, it gave people some kind of sense of pride in being African, of African descent, in some kind of way, like never before. And I think that's good. All the other iconic figures he's played, Kobe Bryant, another figure that left it all on the floor. He's cemented in history forever. No matter what you see when it comes to him, as far as his life, the things you know about Kobe was that he was maniacally a hard worker, very detailed about everything he did. A great father, which is something we got to understand and know later on in his life. And those are the things he left. An Oscar winner, a 5-time champion. He left his mark. And, I say that we must leave our own mark. Take from Virgil, take from Chadwick, take from Kobe, take from Young Dolph. Young Dolph was doing his thing. He had over 100 properties. He left a mark, even though he died tragically. He left a mark of positivity for some people, and he bought his kids a property for each one of their birthdays. Every time they had a birthday, he bought them a property. So now his kids have generational wealth through him. We have to understand that the effect that we have on people when we're here is gonna have a lasting effect, either good or bad, once we're gone. And I'm not trying to be morbid, but I just want us to be a little more intentional about how we choose to live our life, to make it a better place, to leave our kids with something to look forward to to be a shining example of how to be great. Like, subscribe, peace.